World Championship match in the men's competition between Argentina and China. Group B match, we've already seen one encounter from this group. Not long finished. England, the host nation, losing by 1-0 to Germany. Argentina facing China. Plenty of support for Argentina in the stand. Decked in the La Albiceleste, the white and sky blues, although Argentina in their change strip for this game. As we await the national anthems and the players to emerge for the first time, led up by the officials and the volunteers carrying the respective flags. It's a gorgeous evening in the West Midlands. Just to the east of the city of Birmingham, here in the UK. It's approaching 6:30 p.m. local time. Argentina, very decent outfit. They finished top of their group in the last championships in 2018. They lost to Brazil in the final. But they did get revenge against Brazil, winning on penalties to become American blind football champion just last year. Dixie Dean, the former England goalkeeper, the England men's blind football team, is alongside me, Rob Scanlon, as the players take to the field. Warm-ups complete. Final match of today set to get underway. The first thing to notice is that China all in their red kit. Argentina, as I mentioned, in their change strip, and they've been dipping into the hair dye supplies as well, because one of their players has got green hair and one of them has got blue, and I'm assuming that's not natural. The players line up then in front of the stand over on the far side. The haze of the evening sunshine burning down the lens of our cameras here at the University of Birmingham. Sprawling artificial pitches that are used for hockey, football, tennis. Here's the national anthems.
The national anthem of Argentina.
Please remain standing if you are able for the national anthem of China.
16 teams in the men's competition across 4 continents today. South America takes on Asia, Argentina against China. Time to go through the 2 sides, starting with the Argentinians, who are coached by Claudio Falco. Their guide is Marcelo Gonzalez. The number 12 is their goalkeeper Herman Mulek. Number 2, Angel Deldo. Number 4, Froilan Patricia. Number 8 is Ezequiel Fernandez. Number 15, Maximiliano Espinicio. Sub-goalkeeper Dario Lencina. Number 3, Matias Oliveira. Number 10, Brian Pereira. Number 11, Ignacio Oviedo. And number 14, Nahuel Heredia. That's the Argentina lineup. What about China? Number 12 is their goalkeeper Su Hiwacho. Number 3, Lao Myong. Number 6 is Chang Xiaobin. Number 7, Yu Yutan. Number 11, Chu Reiming. Their coach is Wang Guishun. Their guide is Li Xun. And on the subs bench they have sub-goalkeeper Wang Shurao. Number 8 is Li Haifu. Number 9, Su Guanshun. And number 15, Xiao Kunhan. Officials on field, Stuart Winton is the first referee. Francois Karku is the second referee. It's a beautiful evening. Dixie Dean is alongside me. What have you made of what we've seen on day 2 then, Dixie? We've seen a couple of women's games and making sure I'm keeping track of time here. We've got 3 men's games. We've seen a lot of football today, and not perhaps all the fireworks of day 1 where we saw a lot of goals flying in. As you can see today, the sides have been very close together. In the women's competition, Japan and Sweden. Japan were dominating the game but only won by a goal to nil. England and Morocco was goalless. Then into the men's competition, Japan and Italy played out a 1-1 draw, Italy equalising late on in that one. Thailand and Turkey was goalless, and then we've just seen Germany beat the host nation England by a goal to nil. So what have you made of what we've seen today?
Well, I know one thing for sure, Rob. It's been a long day. It has been a long day. Now, there's been some good performances today. As I say, we haven't seen the goals that we did yesterday, but I don't think any of the games that have taken place today, you could say, are boring. They've all been competitive. You can see that the players are putting the right shift in, and for various reasons they haven't scored the goals that we saw yesterday. But the football itself has been really good. The spirit amongst the teams and the supporters and the volunteers has been excellent all day long. It's really nice to see. As I say, especially the volunteers, that they're here as long as what we are, and especially in this heat today, it's been a bit of a struggle for them. But they keep smiling and waving people, pointing them in the right directions and doing everything they can. So they deserve huge credit for their efforts today.
See the green hair there of Maximiliano Espinicio, top scorer for Argentina. He's got bright green hair, and Ezequiel Fernandez, the number 8, has got a blue mohawk, which we'll see shortly. The players just doing their final drills as the captains have the coin toss and exchange the country's pennants. And we're not far from getting underway here on day 2 of the World Games. Day 1 in terms of the men's competition. 6 games in total today. The Bournebrook campus here at the University of Birmingham. Behind us in our commentary position is the Red Brick University, well-renowned further education centre, traditional red brick English university, and The city of Birmingham very proud to host these games, the IBSA World Games 2023. Chinese players. Their coach Wang Guishun receive a last pep talk, and we're almost ready to go. China in the all-red are going to kick from left to right in the first half. Got white numbers and names on the back of their shirts, their red shorts, the red socks. Argentina in their change strip. They've got the sky blue and white trim on the end of their short sleeve shirts, but the kit predominantly, well, a shade of jade according to my expert summariser, and I'm going with that. And they've got white socks.
That we can agree on, Rob. Yeah, definitely white.
So China to kick off. Yu Yutan, Chang Xiaobin about to get us underway. Yutan with the white boots on, Xiaobin with the sky blue boots on. Slightly late kicking off. Stuart Winton still doing his last minute checks. I think we're good to go. England earlier losing to Germany. Germans were thrilled with that 1-0 victory. Latest game in Group B. The opening match for these two countries, Argentina against China, gets underway. China squander possession to Espinicio. And with the green hair, the near sideboard surrounded by red shirts. Feeds it back to Angel Deldo. Switches the play over to the far side, and Ezequiel Fernandez. Back with China now on the edge of their defensive third. Run forward by Xiaobin. Chang Xiaobin has run into a bit of traffic down the right flank. The ball's taken off him, and Patricia for Argentina. The very tall number 4, long-legged, strongly built defender. It's seen the ball over to the far side, where it's now being contested, and a decision goes Argentina's way.
Yeah, the Chinese player had his foot on the ball for more than 4 seconds, so that's an indirect free kick to Argentina.
Froilan Patricia trickles the ball back to his goalkeeper, Herman Mulek. The ball crosses halfway, but it's cut out by Chu Ming. His path to the penalty area is blocked, but it's out for a China corner. Chu Ming stays upfield, joined now by Chang Xiaobin. He actually makes way, and Yu Tan is over this corner. Gorgeous evening here in the middle of England. I see quite a few spectators not in the seats. They're just dotted around the perimeter fencing outside. Passers-by maybe heading into Birmingham city centre for the evening. Interested observers as China hack this shot towards goal through Rei Ming, and it's blocked by a combination of bodies, and Argentina can clear their lines into the middle third. Maximiliano Espinicio trying to work his way, beavering away down the left-hand side, but it's cut out, and China move to the far side with Yu Yutan dribbling the ball. His white boots on, switches the play to the near sideboard. Xiaobin, number 6 for China, captain. 3 Argentina players block him, and forward come Argentina. Patricia moves up from defence, and again he's going to struggle to get through the bodies, and 4 Chinese players do their work, get it back to the goalkeeper Su Huachu. There's an infringement there with Chu Reiming conceding a free kick inside the middle third. So free kick to Argentina, foul against China.
Yeah, the China player had his arm around the Argentinian's neck and has pulled him down to the floor. So straightforward decision by the referee.
Patricia scoops the ball forward for Argentina. It goes into the penalty area, finds its intended target, where Espinicio tried to turn. Dangerous goal scorer for Argentina. It was saved by Su Huachu, who tries to launch a counter-attack downfield, but it's picked up again by Patricia. Patricia knocks the ball to this near side, where it's picked up by Espinicio. He's challenged as he gets towards the China defensive third. Now it's his near sideboard, Yu Yutan. China have possession inside the centre circle. Forward comes Lau Miong. He goes to ground. Referee says ball was played, and Argentina start again. Deldo giving it back to Mulek, the goalkeeper. He knocks it down the far side, but it won't be kept in by Fernandez. And it's a China restart. So 0-0. We've had just under 3.5 minutes. No saves for either keeper to make. Both sides just testing each other out at the moment. Lau Miong, the number 3 with the orange boots, moves the ball to the near side, and Yu Yutan. And he goes over to the far side, bounces off the board. Rei Ming has a shot across goal, and that flashes wide of Herman Mulek's goal. Argentina keeper in the short-sleeved silvered jersey, silver shorts and black socks. Fräulein Patricia clips the ball forward. It's into the danger area where Espinicio is advanced, but China are able to come away with it. Espinicio putting the clearance under a bit of pressure, and it's collected by Yu Yutan. Breaks into the centre circle, runs over to the far side. It's Rei Ming who latches onto it. He's under significant pressure. He's going to have to go back here unless he loses the ball, which he does. Patricia mops up and gives it back to his goalkeeper. Early signs are this is going to be a tight one, as Argentina get into the penalty area here, but it's going to be running through, despite the best efforts of Ezequiel Fernandez all the way through to Su Huachu. Back with China though on halfway. Yu Yutan. Silky footwork on the near sideboard. Number 7 goes across to the far side. Miscontrolled by Chang Xiaobin, but he's recollected his composure inside the centre circle. He's challenged there by Espinicio, tracking back. He's being hustled, this near sideboard, Xiaobin, and he loses it to Patricia, who again goes back to his goalkeeper Mulek. Kicks it right-footed. Argentina kicking from right to left in this first half, remember. And the ball trickles all the way through to and out of play. And it'll be Su Huachu who will restart play. Lots of other countries have decided to watch the game and take part of the atmosphere in the stand over on the far side. So nice atmosphere building here in Birmingham as China come down their right-hand side with Yu Yutan, this near side, but it's broken up. Forward come Argentina. There's a bit of a collision coming together there. Chu Reiming wins the ball back for China. Lau Myong, the number 3, switches the play from near side to the far side, right on the halfway line. Snappy challenge comes in though from Fernandez. China have to start again inside the centre circle. Fernandez biting back. Looks a tenacious competitor. Patricia uses his big frame to muscle the ball off Chang Xiaobin. And now it's down this near side with Espinicio. Can he get into the penalty area? The ball just gets stuck under him. Espinicio gets a shot away, it's deflected, and it's going to roll wide. A diving attempt from Su Huachu, but it was quite comfortably wide in the end. A corner kick though to Argentina. Maximiliano Espinicio with the effort. Dixie Dean's alongside me, and he's definitely the one who's going to hover around the penalty area and latch onto any loose ball, isn't he?
Yeah, he's quite sharp, and he's bright, and he's alert, and he's always sniffing around, and so he's the one that China are going to have to watch. But it's been a bright start by both teams, and we've played nearly 7 minutes already, and it's flown by. I think that's testament to the quality of the teams. They keeping the ball on the pitch and keeping the clock ticking over, and it's been a really good game so far, quite well balanced.
Angel Deldo is with Espinicio on that far side to take this corner. Espinicio takes the responsibility, gets to the byline and overruns it. Out it goes for a China ball. Hurled out by the keeper. And makes its way to Chu Reiming, despite the best efforts of Argentina. Chu Reiming up against 3 Argentinian bodies on the edge of the D. Can't get through. Froilan Patricia guides it back to his goalkeeper. Oh, and Chu Reiming tried to challenge the goalkeeper there, but it was inside the goalkeeper's box. You can't expect the keeper to just keep the ball on the floor, which he did there actually. I was expecting him to pick it up, but he did. And eventually. And it's lobbed downfield. And now China start again with their goalkeeper, Su Huacho. Over to the far side board. It goes past the halfway line. Fernandez goes to ground. There's Chu Reiming, number 11 for China, in the all red. Right on the cusp of the Argentinian defensive third, and he got away from Froilan Patricia, who said, "No thank you, I'm going to pull your shirt and tuck you down to the ground." And an easy free kick for the referee to give there over on the far side. Francois Carque.
Yeah, I think that's called taking one for the team. It was quite blatant that the China player wasn't going to get away from him, and so grabbing hold of his shirt and pulling him to the ground was the simple solution.
China have called a timeout before they take this free kick. Argentina look like they're close to making a couple of changes. It's 0-0 midway through the first half. Argentina against China. In Group B, if you missed the scoreline earlier, Germany beating England by 1-0 to top the group as things stand after the first round of games. In case you missed the draw, in Group C, Colombia, Spain, France and Mali will be competing for a place in the latter stages. In Group D, it's Iran, the much fancied Brazilian team, Morocco and Mexico. I think what has been evident in the games we've seen so far, Dixie, and obviously a lot of that comes down to the fact that the women's game in many of the countries is still very much in its infancy, is that in some of the women's games we saw quite a one-sided nature and quite a sizable gap in sort of quality and experience between sides. In the men's game so far, it's been nip and tuck. It's been very close.
Yeah. in the women's game, it's a lot of them have only been playing for a couple of years, and it takes them time to build up that experience. The better teams that we've seen, like Argentina ladies, they've been playing for 4 or 5 years, and it shows that extra couple of years they got a little bit more nice about how the game should be played and everything. So it'll come with it with the female teams. I can remember when I first started in '97. The guys, the teams, the men's teams were no better than the female teams are here now. So they progressed over the last 25 years, and I'm sure the same thing will happen with the female teams.
China free kick over on the far side by the sideboard, but before it's going to be taken. Referee Stuart Winton. It's a word with the wall. Chu Reiming is there, as is Chang Xiaobin. Chu Reiming shoots! Oh, it's a great low effort, saved by Herman Mulek. The ball's still live inside the penalty area, but passed back to Mulek, and well, what a great effort that was from Chu Reiming. Drilled towards the bottom left-hand corner of Mulek's goal. Sprawling save. 0-0 it remains. Here come China with the sub. Li Hu loses the ball. Point out Li Haifu has come on for Yu Yutan. So number 8 Li Haifu is into the action as a free kick goes against China. Second infringement of the half, but here's a replay of Chu Reiming's really powerful drive that forced Mulek into a decent stop. Dixie Dean.
Yeah, he was a good 12 metres out there, and he struck it really, really well. And the keeper's done well to get down on it. He's tucked in behind the wall, so he must have seen it late, but he's got down really quickly with strong hands, pushed it away.
Change for Argentina. Maximiliano Espinicio comes off and is replaced by Brian Pereira. Pereira wearing number 10. Going to take this free kick. Touches it for Patricia. The big defender knocks it downfield. Taken on by Fernandez. 4 red shirts for company. Offers it back inside the middle third. Good pressing here from Chu Reiming. Pereira with an early touch. Gets it back to his goalkeeper. Kicks it to the far side. Bounces off the sideboard. Miscontrolled there by Angel Deldo. But he keeps foraging on down that far side. Loses possession in the end. Xiaobin does part of the work, and then it's cleared downfield by Reiming. Chu Reiming, good challenge, meaty challenge there on Patricia, who gets back at him, and it's a free kick. And a second time Patricia has been penalised. He doesn't like the decision, but it is a free kick to China, and that's 2 fouls apiece now. Patricia still remonstrating with the officials, but it's a free kick, Dixie Dean. Qualified referee.
Definite free kick there. He's taking his stand completely away from him, so you can argue all you want, but that's their free kick. He's lucky not to get a yellow card, to be honest, for the dissent after, but the referee's been kind to him.
We've only seen 1 yellow card all day, only 1 red as well, and not for any player. It was for a couple of the members of the Italian coaching staff who didn't take kindly to a decision that went against them earlier on. Here come China. Xiaobin hacks at a shot but misses, and it's back with the goalkeeper Mulek for Argentina. Kicks it from right to left to this near sideboard. China retrieve possession. Li Haifu forced back towards his own goal, then challenged as he tries to make progress up the field. Haifu tackled again, and it's Argentina who have possession. And Fernandez is nearly breaking free there, but two red shirts sandwiched him slightly, and now he's bundled to the ground on the edge of the penalty area. Still got possession here, Fernandez. It's a heck of a run. He goes to ground, he's tripped, but it's a fair challenge by Haifu. And Haifu is in the centre of the pitch now as Fernandez goes back at him, and there's some tasty challenges flying about now as Haifu keeps possession somehow. The two number 8s, they don't mind a 50-50, do they?
That was quite intense, a bit of play that was. There was sort of bodies flying all over the place, but I don't think it was really any fouls. They're just firm challenges, and they're putting everything behind it.
Haifu has played the ball straight to Fernandez, who gets into the penalty area to the byline. He can't keep it in. Since Espinicio went off, Fernandez does look like the most likely source of goals. Argentina preparing another sub. It was a brilliant sliding block there by the captain, Deldo. Stopping that long throw downfield. Deldo made good ground down the right-hand side, but it's eventually been stopped. And it's Haifu for China, the number 8. Short sleeve shirt on, but a thermal underlayer. As China try to build this attack down their left-hand side, it's cut out. And as the shot was attempted there by Chu Rei-Ming, he was challenged. He feels illegally, but the referee disagrees, and play continues. It's swinging back and forth at the moment. Ball's been in play for a long time. Just 3.5 minutes left in this first half. 0-0 the score. Argentina against China in Group B. The ball's almost done halfway with Brian Pereira. Good turn away from one. Darts down the left-hand side. This near touchline. Holds onto the sideboard, switches the play. He was attempting to find Fernandez with that pass. And it's out for China restart. Argentina making a change here. Ignacio Oviedo is about to come on. I think he's been at the head eye as well. The silver tips of Ignacio Oviedo coming on for Ezequiel Fernandez, who I just said was looking like the most likely scorer, and now they're taking him off. I'm sure we'll see him back on in the second half. There's just under 3 minutes left of the first 15. 0-0. Goalless in Birmingham. Chang Xiaobin, number 6 for China. There's turquoise boots. Darts down the right flank. He's into the area. Froilan Patricia does well. Gets his body in the way and turns away from trouble. As Ignacio Oviedo on as a sub. Has possession. Short 5-yard pass back to Deldo. And plays it across the defensive line to Patricia. Patricia knocks it long. Looking for Oviedo. Doesn't reach its target. It's back in the middle third and it's up for grabs at the moment. Oviedo engages Haifu, but Haifu maintains possession inside the middle third, close to the near sideboard. The number 8 under no pressure at the moment. Listening for options. Li Haifu just hovering around halfway. Passes the ball straight to his teammate Chang Xiaobin. And back to Haifu, just on halfway. Argentina content not to try and close down here at the moment. Just allowing China to knock it around on halfway. And now Deldo does engage and just upends Xiaobin. as China around the left back position try and start an attack through Lao Myong. Myong runs to the near side. He's held up, passes it back. Lee Haifu keeps the ball in play, but it looks like it's going to be a goalless first half because there's only 30 seconds left. China having a bit of a passing drill at the moment. We haven't seen this at all.
Yeah, they're keeping the ball amongst themselves. I think they're just winding down the clock, giving themselves a bit of a breather by passing it around, and all the time they've got the ball, they're making the Argentinian team run. Maybe
a chance of a shot for Haifu though. He gets towards the left end of the penalty area and scoops a shot across goal and wide. So after all that patience and passing and playing for a bit of time and space, the shot did finally come, and it was a decent effort by Lee Haifu, but it was wide. That's the end of the first half. 0-0. Honours even, and quite an even contest.
Yeah, absolutely flown by that half. I think it's the quickest half that we've had over the 2 days. You know, sort of a 15-minute half has lasted 26 minutes, which is the quickest one we've had. So just goes to show the quality of the teams keeping the ball on the pitch. It makes the half go that much quicker. You know, it's a good quality first half. So yeah, well done. And let's hope we have a little bit more of it in the second half.
Seeing the highlights of the first half, we just saw Maximiliano Espinicio with that deflected shot wide, and then China had a chance of their own, which came from the right boot of Chu Rei-ming from a good distance out. Sprawling save from Mulek in the Argentinian goal. China, that last effort as the half drew to a close from Lee Haifu, chipping the ball across goal after a mazy dribble. And that was that for the first 15 minutes. So join us again very shortly for the second half of this encounter. Argentina against China in Group B. It's half-time here in Birmingham. The score is 0-0, and here's a refresher of all the rules of blind football.
It's fast, technical and tense. This is your guide to five-a-side football. There are 5 players per team, 4 outfield players and a goalkeeper. The aim of the sport is to score a goal by kicking the ball into your opponent's goal, and at the end of the game, whoever scored the most wins. Players must wear eye shades to ensure that all players have the same level of vision. That is apart from the goalkeepers, who aren't required to wear eye shades and can be fully sighted. Their job is to keep the ball from going in the goal behind them. But how do the players on the field know where the ball, or indeed the goal, is? Well, the ball in blind football is specially designed to make sound whenever it moves. Also, each team has a guide behind the opposition goal to help direct them. Each player is required to shout "Voy" when going for the ball. This ensures every player has the cues they need to help build a picture of what's going on and what to do next in defence or attack. To help this, total silence is required from the crowd until a goal goes in. Voy is Spanish for go, and it was the Spanish who were credited with originally developing blind football in the 1920s. As well as the Paralympics, teams from all corners of the world can compete at World, European, Asian, African and America's Championships, as well as a World Grand Prix.
Blind football can be played by both men and women, with the historic first Women's World Championships coming up in 2023.
So what are you waiting for? Give it a try.
IBSA, International Blind Sports Federation, presents, with the support of the International Paralympic Committee, IBSA Anti-Doping App, the first application of its kind in the Paralympic movement, specifically designed for blind and visually impaired people. Athletes, coaches, medical staff, managers, and the public in general now have a powerful tool to stay focused on the principles of clean sport. Scrolling down the main menu, you can find all the important themes you need to know to play fair and be alert to testing procedures and necessary adaptations for athletes with visual impairments. IBSA gives top priority to anti-doping control, being the only international federation with 3 sports in the Paralympic family: goalball, football, and judo. IBSA anti-doping app has external links, namely to WADA, where our sport agents can always find the most updated information, especially the list of prohibited substances and methods. Glory in sport can only be achieved by the athlete's awareness of their rights and responsibilities. You can find them on the IBSA anti-doping app. IBSA is continuously promoting anti-doping education to all its affiliate athletes and sport agents, not only about the consequences of the use of doping and the risk of using supplements. IBSA believes that education is the major tool to fight doping in sport. Informed athletes can make better decisions. Download the app now at the usual operating system stores.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have seen history being made today.
Such a great team at these championships.
IBSA. Beyond sight. Feel the sport.
Welcome back to the University of Birmingham. IBSA World Games 2023, half-time in the men's blind football Group B match between China on your screen at the moment and Argentina. China, it looks like, are going to start the second half with the team that started the first. Number 12, Su Hiwachu, their goalkeeper. Number 3 is Lao Myong. Number 6, Chang Xiabin. Number 7, Yu Yutan. And number 11, Chu Reiming. They're coached by Wang Guishun. Their guide is Lai Xin. As for Argentina, who are now back on the field after their half-time team talk. They've made a couple of alterations, it looks like, during the interval. So no Ezequiel Fernandez in the second half so far. So it's Herman Mulek in goal, number 12. Angel Deldo is their captain, number 2. Froilan Patricia is their number 4. And Brian Pereira is their number 10. Back on the pitch, Maximiliano Espinillo, number 15, with the green hair. He's over on the far side of the field, just inside the Argentina half, with Argentina set to kick off this second 15 minutes, kicking from left to right in their change strip. Shade of jade shirts and shorts, white socks. China in the all-red kit with the white numbers and lettering on the backs of their shirts. And it's China who come forward first after receiving that kick-off, with Yu Yutan breaking down the left-hand side. Espinillo gets a foot to it but can't keep possession. It's Chu Reiming who moves from the near side to the far side. Shoots, blocked, and out for a corner. And the talk at the interval, Dixie Dean alongside me, was that this is probably the most tactical battle we've seen so far across all matches.
Yeah, tactical and quality. We were talking about the length of the game, and because it's a stop clock, the length of the first half is about 27 minutes, which is the quickest game we've had. So it's a good indication the ball is not on the pitch that much longer.
Corner to China. Chu Reiming is there, as is Yu Yutan. Chu Reiming will roll it to Yutan. Number 7. Crossfield pass collected by Xiabin. He's pushed back into the middle third. Picked up by Yu Yutan. And goes to ground on the far side under pressure from Espinillo. Brian Pereira feeds it back to his goalkeeper, Herman Mulek. Mulek out to Angel Deldo, the captain's armband on his left sleeve. Loses the ball to number 6, Xiabin. And China, as they like to do, pass the ball around in midfield, over to Yu Yutan. He runs into Espinillo, but keeps the ball, gets over the halfway line of the far side of the field. And he's almost on halfway again as he checks back. Probing from China. Xiabin has the ball in the centre circle. Turquoise trainers on. Side-footed pass back to Yu Yutan. Diagonal ball across to this near side, Chu Reiming. Good work from China, this. Chu Reiming tries to hold up the play, but he's under pressure from Angel Deldo. And it's back into the middle third, and China have to start again with Lao Myong. The orange boots on. Clatters into the far sideboard, and nice drag back to Yu Yutan. Into the centre circle he goes. And, the first half ended like this, and the second half has started like this, with China popping the ball around in midfield. I guess you'd describe it as a low to mid block by Argentina. Not a high press, and they're just waiting to snatch the ball off China, who are prepared to be patient.
Yeah, the quality of the passing is unbelievable. The China team are so accurate with the passing across the pitch, and yeah, it's a pleasure to watch a game of blind football played at this standard. It's really high quality.
Patricia goes long, known as Cocky, affectionate nickname amongst his teammates. Tall, imposing defender for Argentina. The ball ran out for a China ball, and the official Stuart Winton just double checking the eye mask of Chang Xiaobin on this near sideboard side of the pitch. China start another attack down the right hand side. Lau Myong is the number 3, and he moves the ball to the near side. Xiaobin. On halfway, he switches it again to Yutan. Yutan dribbles infield. Now on the centre spot. Back to the far side. Yutan, he senses that he's going to be under pressure. He tries a sideways pass, which is intercepted by Espinillo. Nearly launched a counter. That was what Argentina looked to be waiting for there. Yeah, but it's Yutan who comes forward instead and just decides to go direct for goal, but instead he's cut off, and it's hacked clear downfield by Brian Pereira and all the way through to the keeper, Hawacho.
That's the jeopardy of playing the square ball across the pitch. If it is cut out, it means the opposition are right down your throat. So they have to be careful with that. But the quality of passing is making it a good tactic.
Pereira scoops the ball to Espinillo inside the penalty area. He's forced slightly outside, and he tries to stub a shot away, but he can't. It's well blocked by China, who come forward in the form of Chu Rei-ming. Now Chang Xiaobin on the far side of the field. China again switch the ball from the far side to the near side, and here's Chu Rei-ming again. Referee steps in. So Chu Rei-ming and Angel Deldo, who were competing for the ball there. Deldo has lost his face mask. That needs to be put back on. The Argentinian skipper does so. Substitution for Argentina. Looks like Maximiliano Espinillo is making way. And on comes Ezequiel Fernandez. So that's the change for Argentina. As for China, also their number 8 coming on, who is Li Haifu. Yu Yutan is the man to make way. So Li Haifu comes on. Change a piece. The score is 0-0 though. We've just got over 10 minutes left, in fact, of this game. Froilan Patricia is over the ball at the moment, right on the edge of his defensive third.
Yeah, it's going to be a drop ball, Rob. The referee just stopped it because obviously the eye shades come off, so he'll just drop it. The Argentinians were in possession, so he'll just drop it to them.
Argentina knock it long, nearly collected by Fernandez. China have it in the right back position. And a slightly loose touch there. Lau Myong tried to roll it back with the sole of his foot to the man behind him, Li Haifu, but not quite on the same wavelength, and the ball went out for a corner to Argentina. Brian Pereira gets towards the edge of the D, cut off by China, who get it out of their defensive third and get over the halfway line with Xiaobin. 4 shirts back for Argentina. Xiaobin can't shoot past Pereira. And now it's back with the goalkeeper, Mulek. The ball is kicked forward, but it didn't bounce before the halfway line. So it's going to be a free kick to China on halfway after that clearance from Mulek. Just over 9.5 minutes left. Argentina 0, China 0. Each country's first game in Group B, the men's competition. Li Haifu on the far side transfers the ball over to Chu Ruiming. Chu Ruiming shoots, and it was a really fierce drive that went wide of Mulek's right-hand post. No dive from the Argentina captain, and concern here for Chu Ruiming as he took the shot. He landed awkwardly, and I think it's going to require a bit of treatment here.
Yeah, he's twisted his leg as he's gone down. He was coming across in the acute angle, watching it back again now. Comes across the pitch, and he's just twisted. Oh, yeah, it's quite nasty, that.
Really snappy shot from Chu Ruiming. And good news is he's back on his feet and looks set to continue. China preparing a sub. Yu Yutan about to re-enter the fold, but play goes on for the moment. Froilan Patricia rolls the ball over to the far side. Brian Pereira and scoops the ball, bounces towards the edge of the D. That's a lovely first touch, and Fernandez denied as he got towards the goalkeeper zone by Su Huacho. The ball's away to the left hand side and back with Herman Mulek. Argentina keeper manages to pick out Brian Pereira on the halfway line on the far side, over to Fernandez on this near wing, and Fernandez can't get the initial ball but snaps into a challenge on Lau Myong. And China start again deep in their own territory with Chang Xiaobin. Oh, he loses it straight away. Fernandez. Ruiming gets back. Xiaobin, sorry, and it runs out of play for a Argentina restart. Here comes the change then for China. Yu Yutan, the number 7. I think he's going to take the place of Chu Ruiming, who's down again, receiving a bit of treatment. I think, well, that's normally the thing you do for cramp. I don't know whether it is actually cramp or whether it's still a legacy of that shot that he had.
Yeah, I think it is. I think he's taken a knock now, and because the trainer has been on, he has to leave the field to play, so they'll make a substitution. They don't want to play with 4. So China number 7 is going to come on and replace him. He's not walking particularly well. He's got a bit of a limp there, and I'm sure we'll see him again in a few minutes when the physios have got round him.
Yu Yutan enters the fray. 0-0. Just over 8 minutes remaining. Argentina with a darting run from Brian Pereira down the left-hand side, the far side of the field. Just as he was getting into the China third of the pitch, he was held up, but manages to divert the ball to this near side. And Ezequiel Fernandez with all 4 red shirts swarming around him, and China are able to run the ball downfield with Lau Myong. Looks like it's going to Run towards the byline, but kept in by Froilan Patricia. And the number 4 for Argentina gets to the edge of his defensive third. Central position, big scoop forward. Couple of bounces into the path of Fernandez. Fernandez is fouled. Voy infringement by Chang Xiaobin. And a free kick for Argentina. Nil-nil it remains. Just over 7 minutes remain. Timeout has been called. Ezequiel Fernandez, actually, there was a bit of delayed reaction there. He was fouled, obviously, for the free kick. Seemed absolutely fine, and then he seemed to crumple. And a bit of maybe a delayed reaction there, just to some soreness.
Yeah, I don't quite know whether he sort of crumpled to the floor and grabbed his foot. He had a bit of cramp in his foot or something. But they've called a timeout, so they'll have a look at him during this timeout and see if they need to make a sub. Well, in the meantime, the number 11 for China is having some treatment on, looks like the side of his shin. He's had a kick on there and it's probably bruised, so he'll be fine in, if not today, by tomorrow.
Argentina have made a change during this timeout. Matias Oliveira, the number 3, comes on for the first time in this game.
Number 3, Matias Oliveira in.
The players taking a drink, as Dixie mentioned. Chu Rei-Ming having some ice applied to his right leg. Argentina will be taking this free kick fairly soon, but they're still taking on instructions from their coaching staff.
Yeah, they're taking a bit of a liberty there. The timeout is a minute, and it's probably been going on for a minute and a half. The referee's getting a little bit annoyed with them, but they're just totally ignoring him. But it looks like we're ready to go now, so all good.
Ezequiel Fernandez is the man who was replaced by Matias Oliveira. Oliveira over this free kick. Can he make an instant impact on this game? China have got 3 in the wall. Angel Deldo, the Argentinian player, is actually almost part of the wall, just standing next to them. Is he going to spin away as Argentina try and fashion something from this free kick? Matias Oliveira shoots left-footed, aimed towards the top corner, just narrowly misses. Been a pretty cagey second half. That was as close as we've come. 0-0. 7 minutes remaining. Li Haifu for China. Moves the ball from the far side to the near side. It's picked up by Chang Xiaobin in the all red of China. Back across it goes to Li Haifu, the number 8. Passes it to Xiaobin. Two of them playing their own game at the moment. Xiaobin, what a run this is though. Just suddenly decided to go for goal. And he is eventually held up by the 4 Argentinian outfield players. He wasn't far away from creeping his way through and getting a shot away. As it is, it's back with Argentina on the far side. Brian Pereira, number 10, shields the ball away but then loses it to Yu Yutan. And it's back in China's possession. Li Haifu runs down the far side, along the sideboard, now cuts in He's inside the centre circle now, past the centre spot. Challenge comes in from Patricia. Doesn't make contact with ball or man. And China continue to work the ball from side to side. Li Haifu rolls it across to Chang Xiaobin. Those two have a good connection on the field. Just over 5.5 minutes left. Goalless here in Birmingham. China try and work it down the left-hand side with Li Haifu, but he's unable to make anything of that. As Argentina crowd round him and get it back to their goalkeeper, Herman Mulek. Here's the captain, Angel Deldo. Knocks it long. Clever dummy there from Lau Myong. Allows it to go through to Su Hiwacho. Throw to Yu Yutan on the far side. 4.5 minutes to find a goal in this game. Looks like we're going to see the return of Chu Reiming back on for China very shortly. Shaking off the injury to his right leg. Ball's in the centre circle, it's loose. Angel Deldo latches onto it though. Bursts forward, he's tackled. And China have the ball back. Back comes Deldo. And it's nipped away from him. Li Haifu goes to the far side of the pitch, but he's on the line of his defensive third. So a safe space for Argentina. Quite content to let China have the ball in those areas. Remember Herman Mulek making a save in this second half.
No, both goalkeepers have been pretty quiet, haven't they, in the second half? They've hardly touched it at all. It only takes a minute.
Here comes Yu Yutan bursting forward. Well defended by Argentina. Froilan Patricia gets it back to his goalkeeper. And Argentina get the ball moving quickly upfield. And Pereira looking for the run. Matias Oliveira. But it's cut out by China. Here's Li Haifu on the far side of the pitch, approaching halfway. Kicking from right to left in the all-red. He's tackled. He's got 4 players to try and get past, all outfield players. And it was proved to be impossible. As Angel Deldo is tripped. A combination of Yu Yutan and Chang Xiaobin. I think Chang Xiaobin now's getting a little bit of cramp in his calf. There's been a lot of hard work put into this. Angel Deldo tripped there as he tried to make his way towards the penalty area. And there's going to be a substitution here by China. Chu Reiming about to come on. Argentina also shuffling the pack. Matias Oliveira is making way. Ezequiel Fernandez comes on for Oliveira for Argentina. And at the moment, China haven't taken a player off. They've just put a player on in Chu Reiming, but I would imagine it's Chang Xiaobin who's receiving treatment for cramp.
Yeah, I would imagine he's coming off. As I say, if he, the actual trainer.
No, it's Yu Yutan actually who's coming off, number 7.
Yeah, the trainer didn't come on the pitch, so there's no necessity for him to leave the field of play. I think the players were just taking an impromptu drinks break. They have put a lot into this, but now we've got the Argentinian trainer on, looking at one of their players.
A shade over 2.5 minutes remaining. Argentina have Brian Pereira down in some discomfort on the near sideboard, and he's hobbling away. And he's got his left sock pulled down, shin pad unfastened, and I don't think we're going to see Brian Pereira back on the field in this game. Hopefully he'll be all right for the next match. He's replaced by Maximiliano Espinillo. The dyed green hair. Number 15 on his back. Thought Espinillo looked a big threat early on, but China have kept him pretty quiet ever since. And he pop up with a late winner here. Or will it be China who joined Germany at the top of Group B after the first round of matches? Free kick to Argentina then. It's a few centimetres inside the middle third, so it's close to the China defensive third. Espinillo has an attempt on goal, which is blocked on the edge of the D. And China can clear the ball away, but only as far as Fernandez. Good twist and a shot. He was just off balance. Sliced it wide of the right-hand post. And there's going to be a timeout here with just under 2.5 minutes left on the clock. 0-0 it remains.
Yeah, it's gone a little bit scrappy in the last couple of minutes. A few stoppages, injuries, and now we've got a timeout and substitutions. It just breaks up the play and the flow of the game. But at the moment, these two quality sides are cancelling each other out somewhat. Just need someone to get a lucky break, and or a little bit of an accident by someone, and someone's going to be in and score the winning goal. Well, we live in hope.
Crowd getting into this, trying to urge the teams on for the final 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Argentina 0, China 0. Set to get back underway. Ball away to the right-hand side of your picture. Su Huacho at the feet of the China goalkeeper. He's bright yellow socks and bright yellow boots. Time. 1 or 2 last attacks here, but in truth, the second half's been, as we said, quite tactical, quite cagey. Both sides well organised and experienced. Chang Xiaobin, the China captain, over to the far side. Li Haifu. Haifu approaches halfway, then drags it back. Across it goes to Xiaobin on this near side. Despite an attempt there from Fernandez to intercept him, Xiaobin gets forward. Now he's bundled into the near side board. Here come China. Chu Reiming. Argentina stop his progress. And it's down this near side with Fernandez, who goes to ground. And number 8's back up and trying to win the ball for his side, but it's back with China. Li Haifu is tugged back, and that's a free kick to China inside the centre circle.
Yeah, it's a straightforward one for the referee there. He's grabbed his arm as the China player went past him and just spun him round. So free kick just basically on the halfway line to China.
Chang Xiaobin is there, but Li Haifu picks it up and runs forward, then runs back. Now goes down the right hand side, far side of the pitch. Cross it goes once more to Siabin. Siabin, will he shoot from long range? No, runs down the right wing. Held up by Espinillo. Espinillo putting the ball under pressure there. So Lee Haifu emerges with it. He's clipped by Espinillo on halfway. We're into the final minute of the game. Just 55 seconds on the watch. Another foul committed by Argentina. 2 apiece in this second half. Argentina preparing to make a sub. Looks like Espinillo going off again. Number 15 is making way for Brian Pereira. China to take this free kick on the far side of the field, just inside their own half. Chang Xiaobin runs down the right, shoots! Oh, not too far away of the left-hand post. Herman Mulek would have had his heart in his mouth momentarily there. Strong effort from Xiaobin. Last 45 seconds of this one. Fernandez. Deep in China territory. Down the Argentinian right-hand side. Loses the ball. China, can they launch one more counter-attack in this opening game of Group B? For both China and Argentina. 0-0 the score. Mazy run here from Chu Rei-ming. Up against 4 Argentina players, and then there's coming together. Xiaobin clatters into an Argentinian player, but play goes on. China. And Lau Myong prods the ball forward. It goes straight to Herman Mulek in the Argentinian goal. Last couple of seconds here. And there it is. 0-0, the final score. And in truth, the second half was a little bit short on goalmouth action, Dixie Dean. It was an interesting game to observe because quite different from what we've seen earlier on in this competition, both in the men's and the women's game. And that one, a very, very close encounter, 2 evenly matched sides, very tactical and very cautious at times, but still gripping nonetheless.
Yeah, it was a good second half, not as good as the first half. The first half was a little bit more exciting, there was more goalmouth action. But I think at the end of the day, they are 2 really good quality teams, and they've just cancelled each other out. And it got to a stage where no one wanted to make a mistake and lose the game, so it seemed like they'd settle for a point apiece. But I'm sure they would have preferred the 3, but you know, it's a game of jeopardy, isn't it? If you push an extra player forward, there's always a chance that you're going to concede.
China finished with the bronze medal in the last championship in Madrid 2018. Interesting to see how far they go in this year's competition. We're seeing the best of the action on your screen at the moment. An opportunity that Lee Haifu wasn't able to convert with his left foot. In the second half, Chu Rei-ming with that fierce drive and picked up a bit of an injury in doing so. Thankfully he was okay to come back on as Chu Rei-ming swung a right boot at that shot that went wide of Herman Mulek's goal. As for Argentina, shortly after coming on, Matias Oliveira took this free kick, worked it onto his left foot, and the shot was powerful enough, but went over the angle of post and bar. And this was the last opportunity, really. Nothing clear-cut, but a good effort from Chang Xiaobin down the China right-hand side. Drilled effort towards the left-hand side of Herman Mulek, but ultimately not to be. The Argentinian players gather in a huddle to discuss and dissect what they've been through And I think both sides can take plenty away from this one. A big thanks to Dixie Dean, who's been alongside me all day. Thanks if you've been tuning in throughout the day as well. We've seen women's matches, some men's matches. We've seen some interesting encounters, a few goals. And at the end of the first round of games in Group 1, Germany topped the group with 3 points. Argentina have 1 apiece. And England, the host nation, still to get up and running after that defeat to Germany. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Tune in to live coverage from Birmingham for the Blind World Championships. But for now, after the score, Argentina 0, China 0, it's goodbye.